Ford versus Ferrari, released in 2019, edited by Michael McCasker and Andrew Buckland, written by Jez Butterworth, John Henry Butterworth, and Jason Keller, and directed by James Mangold. This is a film about a man, or two men, and their car, and their dream of winning the Le Mans 24-hour race. In some places, depending where you live, this film is actually called Le Mans 66, just because, Hollywood wants to confuse you a little bit. This isn't a bad film. It's Matt Damon plays a car designer, Mr. Shelley. Christian Bale plays the racing driver Ken Miles. On their mission to win this race on behalf of the Ford Motor Company. There's a kind of you see the development of the car. You see some interesting car sequences. You see some arguments in corporate boardrooms. And yeah, it's all right. It passed 2 hours on a Friday night. If this is on Netflix and you want something to fill your time, this is worth watching. The problem with it is the problem with most car racing films. You can have as good cinematography showing the car races you like, but it doesn't really make you care about the characters very much. And actually, the car racing scenes, at least for me, aren't massively exciting. Certainly compared to watching Formula One on a Sunday afternoon, which is a shame because this film had been recommended to me, and I was coming into it with high expectations. I guess the thing I'm comparing it to is actually a film from when this is based. This film's based in the 60s on real events, and there was a film made in the 60s called Grand Prix, which has a pretty impressive opening 20 minutes where they're going around Monaco. There'll be a link to it in the description. And yeah, that's really fun to watch. And just a very impressive sequence. Kind of, you feel like you're in the car. It lets it breathe. There's kind of a long time between cuts, so you can see the action and what's happening with, the odd excitement of gear changes. And I think that was the big problem with this film for me. Whenever the car action was going on, I didn't really have a clue what was happening because they were cutting in between things very fast. And I didn't really care or was invested in the characters because really, there's only two characters in this film you care about, and the competitive nature of it, because you don't meet anyone else, you don't really care about it. But as I say, if you are into your motorsports and your motorsport history, this may well be for you as a point of interest. And if it is on Netflix and you've got some time for it on a Friday night, give it a try. You might like it. Do go and have a look at Grand Prix, which I put in the description. The bit where the car falls in the Monaco harbour is well worth a watch. Though you don't need to invest 3 hours of your life into the rest of it because there is no real plot in that film.